Hi, I'm Silver, and today I'm gonna give my impressions of the demo of Dragonspire. Dragonspire, right now as a demo, before it goes into early access. At the time I'm filming this, it's supposedly tomorrow, but sometimes problems can happen. We'll see if it actually come out on the 27th. But I really wanted to give my review or impressions of the demo. Right now, the demo is only a fight with some enemies, bosses, and a dragon. But the full game is expected to be more of a roguelike, but we don't have that in the demo, so I'm really excited to see that in the early access. But for my review, I wanted to go in 3 points specifically, so we're gonna start right now. My first point was to mostly focus on the combat battle mechanics. Overall, I feel like it feels pretty nice, but I wanted to go into more details a little bit. So the movement, in my opinion, is really good. The dash attack, the movement, it feels fast, responsive. Mostly the dash. Also, there's dash attacks, and they're different for each character, so you can change. The movement is a little bit different per character, but really not that much. Speaking of the dash attack, maybe it's just me, but I found it hard to land, but maybe it's just like a skill to master that I didn't master yet because I only played around like 2 or 3 hours at this point. What differentiate all the characters is definitely their skills. They all have different skills. Right now, they mostly do the same type of effect, mainly damage. But the effect, the VFX, the sound, and the hits themselves feels really satisfying. Something that I feel like it's pretty interesting because I don't see it in other games. I don't know if it already exists in other, but most of the skills from the characters are on a hit cooldown. That means like it only gonna go down if you hit enemies with your basic attacks and charge attacks mostly. There is a different. The dash is still on a timer cooldown, but there's no way to differentiate it right now. I already suggested to maybe add just a little way to differentiate, just like different color for the numbers in the UI. But I think the developers already said that they were looking to a way to do that, but we're still not sure what it's gonna be exactly when it's released. I think in terms of the combat, my biggest gripe overall is that the skills and the basic attacks, I feel like they don't really like combo well into each other. Mostly that when my skills are in cooldown, so I'm either spamming basic attacks, dash attacks, or doing my charge attacks. But I feel like I need to stop whatever of these three I'm doing when I see that one of my skills is available for the character to be able to properly use it. For example, with Naomi, I'm doing my basic attack combo, and when her he skill is available, I just stop like doing inputs, and then I just start spamming E. Which I feel like in the flow of battle is not that great for me personally. Maybe other people like it, but if that's something that overall is feedback that a lot of people think like me on that, I think maybe just doing some input priorities, maybe prioritize skill inputs over basic attack inputs could be a solution for that, but we'll need to see because I know that there may be effects in basic attack combos, and I think the more you're further into the combo, the harder the hits are, so technically you may not want to do your skill in priority compared to your basic attack if you're like at the end of the combo. But we're not that deep into details yet, so I'm not sure exactly if that's something that we want. The second point that I want to go into is mostly talking about the three characters that were available during the demo: Serena, Naomi, and Breeze, and like how their skills feel, what's the difference between each other, and like their design in general. So the three characters' skills and playstyle were really different. You really needed to play them in different ways to optimize the fight of the demo against the different enemies, boss, and dragon. The only big thing where they were really similar is that for most of their skills, even though like the targeting, the AoEs and stuff like that were different, was that most of the skills were just damage or zone. You put zones that deals tick damage for a duration, but there was no special effects, just so that the skills felt way more different, adding debuffs or buffs to the characters themselves. We don't have that yet. I don't know if that will be in the roguelike features, but I really hope so, because it will make the characters even have their own playstyle, even more different than each other that they are right now, and even different than their base kit. Something that we were missing, I felt like, in the demo is that we didn't have any details about the basic attack, dash attack, and charge attack for each of the characters. We mostly only had details about the skills, what they were doing. You could have details about, like I was saying before, the AoE, the target like in line, and the attack power of each skills, like the damage that they were gonna deal. But we didn't really have details about the damage power of like the basic attack combo, the dash attack, and the charge attack. As well as I was saying a little bit before that there was no special effects. But I think that's wrong in terms because I think Naomi she can apply some kind of burn on enemies. I'm not sure if that's tied to our dash or charge attack, but since we don't have details right now, I can confirm whether it's one of the skills or the other. I could test it more, but when I play the game, I mostly just play the game instead of just like, oh, I'm gonna try the dash attack or the charge attack to see the skills. I would probably do that kind of research because I was thinking of maybe planning to do guides once the game is fully out, or at least the early access, because I feel like the roguelike features will really put even more stuff on the characters, and I think doing guides right now would probably be not that great, because we only have like the base kit of the 3 of the characters, when I think at release there'll be 6 or 7. So if you would be interested in that, please leave a comment below just to let me know that you would be interested. But yeah, the fact that there's not really any special effects or interesting buffs to all the skills maybe is a result of the demo being mostly a combat demo. I think most of that, the interesting stuff, will be in the early access, so I'm really more excited to see when it comes out. And to end on the character point, in terms of their stats, they really all have the same stats. I think the only difference is in their HP, depending on if a character is more tanky or more squishy. I'm not sure how that will look in the early access. I assume since it's going to be a roguelike, we may have levels related to the characters, and maybe the stats curve for the level up specifically. Maybe that will differentiate the characters even more. But right now, the only difference in terms of stats specifically, it's really the hit points. And the third and final point that I wanted to go into for the demo, for my impressions of the demo specifically, were mostly the online features. I think that was one of the only aspect where the game really had some problems with the demo, but I'll get into details about that right now. So for my case, personally, I didn't see that much problems since most of my playtime on the demo was during a live stream. Speaking of which, I'm streaming on Twitch. If you want to see that, you can just follow the link in the description below, and you can follow the channel to have a notification whenever I'm going live. But because of that, I mostly was using a private room, and I could just share the code with some of the viewers that I was playing with, and they could really join my room really easily. I only had a problem like once or twice where I needed to really just close the whole game and restart it, but the demo itself wasn't really long to start, so that wasn't a problem personally for me while I was playtesting the demo. Speaking of which, to have my rooms full, I was also using sometimes the Discord server to share my code, so if if you are playing the demo or maybe the early access is already out, I definitely suggest to use the official Discord server to share codes, maybe play with other players and get to know them, maybe make some new friends. I really highly suggest it. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Speaking of which, because of the code sharing in the Discord, I'm not sure how to pronounce their name, but Junior or GR Jam, thank you for I think joining me and some of the other viewers to get clears on 3 of the characters, and also congrats for the solo and perfect clears. That's really impressive. I didn't personally use it, but I heard a lot about the matchmaking during the demo not working, and that was one of the biggest gripes that I could see on the Discord server. So most of the people were just ending up using the private rooms and sharing their codes. But overall, I think I was saying that a lot on the server, and I think on the live stream, that in a way they were suffering from their own success, because I think it was a problem with maybe too much traffic. But they also seem to know about the issue. I don't know if they're gonna fix it for the demo, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be fixed for the early access. But yeah, since this is a demo of an early access game, we should definitely expect some kinks here and there in terms of bugs, but I'm really impressed on how smooth just everything was for a game at this stage of development. So that was kind of it for my impression / review of the demo of Dragonspire. Like a lot of, I guess, people in the community, I am an old Dragalia Lost player, so it's been a while since I was following the game on social media, mostly on their Twitter. But I'm really excited to see how this game will progress. I'm mostly really excited and interested to see how all the whole roguelike features that they're implementing to the game will feel like when it goes live on June 27th, and for me that's tomorrow, so I'm really excited for that. I'll probably be streaming when that's gonna be out, so again, make sure to follow by following the link in the description below. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to how the game will progress in the future with every new release, more characters, updates and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video. I don't usually make that kind of content. I usually just do VODs and shorts on either YouTube or TikTok. So if you liked it, make sure to give it a like and put a comment below. And as always, despite my name, I'll deliver you gold standard content. I hope I'll see you later.